Would you feel safe going to the US for the World Cup?
No, gun violence, not with it. Say the wrong thing, you get shot.
I think at the moment the tensions are just too high with everything going on, and I'd stay out of it personally.
No, I think I'll just stay out of it.
If they're hosting it, they need to make sure that they've precautioned enough for people to still feel safe to go.
What happened yesterday, or what was it, 2 days ago? Yeah, maybe not.
So what's going to happen with the World Cup now that Donald Trump pissing off every other country in the world? We're supposed to host the World Cup next year in 2026. The United States is already getting hit with travel bans. Like, do we think it's going to get better from here, or do we think it's going to get worse? Outside of the Olympics, the World Cup is the biggest international sporting event ever, every 4 years. Every single country in the world is sending their national teams to America, who are beefed out with 60%, 70% of the world. They're mistreating illegal immigrants right now. They're also mistreating legal immigrants. People who have citizenship are getting deported. Don't even get me started on the 2028 Olympics. We might not get that either. I just want to know, do y'all think we're going to have a 2026 World Cup in America? Because me personally, that's one of my favorite events. I plan on going to at least one match. What the hell is 2026 going to look like at this rate?
Okay, this is an absolute disgrace. This upcoming World Cup has become extremely political, extremely hypocritical from FIFA. And Donald Trump and the United States are doing things that are just completely wrong. But let's start from here. The president of FIFA comes out and says that UEFA and FIFA have paused the vote to ban Israel. And he's also stated that FIFA cannot solve geopolitical problems, even though they are hypocrites and they have already banned Russia. The reason why they banned Russia and from all FIFA and UEFA competitions was over the Ukraine-Russia war. But those same people are not going to ban Israel, even though they're committing more egregious crimes. And here's where the United States, the host country, one of 3 countries with Mexico and Canada hosting the 2026 World Cup, has not even allowed the Iranian delegates to enter their country for the draw. Their president, their coach, and some of their players are not even allowed to go to the United States for the draw to find out where they're going to be playing against. All this while Russia is still banned for what's going on in Ukraine. I know football is sometimes political, but this right here, saying that it's not going to solve geopolitical problems when you're already banning a team to try to resolve geopolitical problems. And also Russia has been banned from the Olympics, from having their flags in the Olympics, also being banned from the World Cup, while Israel just business as usual. It's actually ridiculous, hypocritical from FIFA. And if Russia's banned, Israel should also be banned. And at this moment in time, I don't know why they're not banned.
Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. It's Ndagere here. Thanks for clicking on today's video. So we're going to be talking about the World Cup. It is the topic that is being talked about right now, especially because it's soon to happen. And the saga around it is that people are scared to go to the US, especially with the laws and policies that Trump and his administration are putting in place. People are freaking out with the events that are constantly being shown, with the shootings, with the immigration problems, with the detaining of people. So people are really not feeling it. They're like, something has to be done. We have to feel safe and feel like we are going to be respected as people that are going to be coming in to actually boost the economy of America, because we're going to be giving money to that country. So we need to be like shown that we're going to be protected. Another thing is about Israel. We all know how the JEWS people, as I call them, the white and blue flag people, how they are so much with the US. And the thing is, Russia was banned from the World Cup, Iran as well. But then when it comes to Israel, to what it's doing to Palestine, apparently they are the favorite babies. They are the favorite child, I would say. FIFA is refusing to say anything about it, and they're saying they don't involve themselves in politics. And that was actually said by the president of FIFA. He was like, we don't involve ourselves in politics, but hey, these are the same people that actually banned Russia. But they are saying they cannot involve themselves because the blue and white flag people are involved. And that shows you how this world moves. So that's crazy. The other thing is about the prices. People are pissed about the prices that they are being or they're going to get charged because the chart was released on how much everybody has to pay. And people are like, wait a minute, you guys want us to rob banks just for us to attend the event? What do you mean? But yeah, guys, listen to what everybody's saying about this whole situation. Yeah, come back and let me thoughts on it.
I don't care what anybody thinks, but the World Cup cannot happen in the USA. If you don't know, Charlie Kirk just got pew-pewed at a university where he was speaking. And this university is in America. The same place where the biggest sporting event is going to take place, with the most famous athletes in the world in attendance. Knowing how crazy sports fans are and how unhinged the USA is, this is just a recipe for disaster, man.
In a move that will shock absolutely nobody, FIFA have confirmed that Israel will not be removed from FIFA competitions. Now, when the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, was asked why Israel is not being banned from FIFA, he said that FIFA could not solve geopolitical issues. Well, if that's the case, when is Russia going to get reinstated? You might remember in 2022 when Russia invaded Ukraine, Russia was kicked out of FIFA and UEFA competitions, and rightly so. Yet Israel, who had been conducting a war of aggression since 1948, had been allowed to play international football and face no repercussions whatsoever. So, what happens now? Well, if you've ever wondered why Israel is a member of UEFA despite not being in Europe and it's not in the Asian Football Confederation, it's because Israel did used to be in the AFC, but they left due to teams in the AFC refusing to play them. Perhaps that's what teams in FIFA and UEFA should be doing. Yes, there will be repercussions for doing something like that, but the majority of people will understand why those teams are taking those stances. The only solace we can take in Israel not being banned from international football is that by Israel's own footballing merits, they are not very good. Israel last qualified for a World Cup in 1970, which was hosted in Mexico, and they failed to win a single game. And Israel has never qualified for a European Championship. As it stands for qualification for the World Cup in 2026, Israel are third in their qualifying group, but would need to get second place in order to make the playoffs. Italy, who currently occupy that spot, have a game in hand. So qualification for that World Cup does seem unlikely. However, I think it's very clear that that is what FIFA are relying on, Israel failing to qualify for the 2026 World Cup, when really FIFA should just grow a backbone and kick Israel out. Disappointing is putting it mildly.
So, are y'all gonna stand on business when it comes to FIFA, or is this just all talk? Because just like with Eurovision, where the leaders in Eurovision did not ban Israel from competing, FIFA has said, we're not going to solve geopolitical issues. We're not going to be political here. We don't really give a fuck about what Israel got going on over there. They don't care that Israel is committing a genocide, but they do care that Russia is invading Ukraine. So we're going to not address the double standard. We're not going to address the hypocrisy. We're going to sit up here and pretend that everything is normal and we're just going to watch the World Cup. Meanwhile, Israel is doing everything that it can to make sure that it can continue a genocide, and also actively rejecting any and every non-violent party who wants to give Palestinians in Gaza food, water, resources, because they are also being starved. The double standard is so egregious that I do not think you guys will realize that while these billionaires can sit up here and say that now because they are protected by the billionaire systems, by the world leaders, by the Zionists who have infiltrated all of the world governments, all of the upper echelon rich elite classes, they can do this now. But this will not reflect kindly on them in 5 years, 10 years. There will be a Nuremberg situation, and I promise y'all want to be on the right side of history, if at bare minimum, because I know for a lot of y'all, it's not about morals and it's not about ethics, because y'all are going to look at what everybody else is doing because your friend, because your homeboy, because your homegirl is okay and comfortable with not boycotting these things. You're going to be like, well, it's just another day. It's not another day. Okay? If y'all cannot have disruptions within your life to recognize, oh, we're existing in such a thick layer of cognitive dissonance that we can't even tell that we are in a World War II situation where the new coming age of Hitler is literally here. Y'all want to sit up here and act like, well, if I was there back then, bitch, you wouldn't do shit. You wouldn't advocate for shit. Y'all don't care about entire ethnic groups. You want me to think that y'all would care about entire ethnic groups back in 1950? Bitch, please. Where y'all did not have to see TikToks of them dying. Y'all did not get the latest information literally every day. Y'all would get information flooded to you maybe a week, 2 weeks, a month. You have everything at your disposal and you're not doing anything. My point is, let's boycott FIFA. the World Cup, the motherfucking games, anything they're financially invested in or connected to. Figure it out and boycott them. The motherfucking dude bros who be making FIFA content, soccer content. You know, you play soccer, you athletic content creator. Yeah, get on this shit. Figure it out. Something has to give, and even if nothing gives, just know the internet is forever, babes. The internet is forever.
This is a message to UEFA and FIFA. Today, together with members of the European Parliament, on an initiative that is being promoted by MEP Daniel Attard, I have co-signed a letter asking FIFA and UEFA to suspend all the Israeli teams from the competitions where they are competing nowadays. This means that we are no longer accepting the double standards. If UEFA and FIFA were so quick to act on Russian teams, the same needs to apply to the Israeli teams. The Israeli national team, as well as the Israeli clubs competing on international and European competitions, need to be suspended until the international law, until the articles of these institutions are being fulfilled. Silence is no longer an option. Action is needed now.
Do you know how badly you have to fuck up in order for FIFA to start talking about canceling the World Cup in your country? This is the same organization that had no problem hosting the World Cup in Russia in 2018 after the first invasion of Ukraine. Like, do you guys realize the magnitude to which US policies have absolutely pissed off the entire world? And as a person living in the US, you know what? I hope they cancel it. Because you're right, I would not feel safe sending my athletes to the US where just the most atrocious things are happening to those that are coming to this country on visas.
The United States is on the verge of losing the opportunity to host the World Cup in 2026. FIFA is now considering stripping the United States of its right to host the 2026 World Cup, and all fingers are pointing directly, of course, to Donald Trump. Trump's latest policies are now threatening America's chance to host the world's biggest sporting event. Immigration crackdowns, trade sanctions, multiple nations have issued boycott threats, sponsors are panicking, and broadcasters fear a massive global backlash. What was meant to be a global celebration has now turned into a political minefield under Trump's America First agenda. Will FIFA actually pull the World Cup out of the US, or is it just another global power play aiming to punish Trump's refusal to surrender to international pressure? FIFA is the world's biggest sporting event, with people traveling from most countries in the world and tuning in from most countries in the world. But due to several polls that have recently been done, people are scared to travel to the United States. They feel the United States is unsafe. They feel that once they get here, they may be detained. They feel like when they come here, they will be under scrutiny the way that they wouldn't be normally in this new current administration.
I don't think we're going to the World Cup anymore, bro. It's just not happening. $700 for the cheapest ticket. And I'm not talking about the World Cup final. I'm not talking about the semifinals. I'm not talking about any of the matches the USA play. I'm talking the cheapest ticket out of all 104 matches, $700. And you're sitting up here and probably watching Tunisia take on New Zealand. That is ridiculous. And speaking of the World Cup final, are you kidding me? $11,000 for the cheapest ticket. You want to take a family of four, maybe cross it off the bucket list, you're going to have to take out a second mortgage on your house now, all right? Little Johnny, you're going to have to kiss college goodbye. Instead, I'm going to the World Cup final just to sit in the nosebleeds. FIFA, what happened to the $60 tickets we were promised? Category 4, I'll sit in the nosebleeds. Hell, I'll even swing $140, but $700 for the cheapest tickets. Have you lost your mind? This is FIFA greed at its absolute worst, and screw all the secondary ticket markets.
Now you believe me that this is a massive problem for the 2026 World Cup? The LA Times has taken out this Instagram post and their article on their newspaper, flagging that this issue of the visas for international fans has hit crisis level. We are not ready to host 6 million fans from around the world to come here to the United States. You know that I've talked about the visa wait times. You know that I've talked about how we won't know which teams are going to be in the World Cup until later this year, if that. And these cities signed up to become host cities for the World Cup, expecting a positive economic impact. LA, for example, is expecting $600 million of economic impact from the tourism. And sentiments like this, although a little late at this point, is at least welcomed. Again, you saying, oh, there's more chances for me to get more tickets is not really the point. You buying the ticket is not going to make up the $600 million economic shortfall that LA was expecting for this World Cup. The point is this: we need people from abroad to make this event an economic success. Oh, so you mean like how we need immigrants to make our country better because they power our economy and everything, right? Because this is what it's all about. We're so concerned about people overstaying their visa, which again is false, it's a myth, that we'd rather screw up making hundreds of millions of dollars in the process. What a poverty World Cup we're gonna have.
Hang on a minute, isn't the World Cup meant to be in America next year? I mean, are we being serious? Are we actually being serious? After what I've just witnessed this week, we need to go somewhere else. Like, we need to do it somewhere else because, wow, I am still traumatized, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. The only people that want it in America is Americans. So, surely we all agree.
They just dropped the ticket prices for the World Cup. And look, before I show y'all, I just want to say, if you coming from out the country, you better start saving your fucking, better start working overtime. Look at this shit. 7 bands. 7, the most expensive ones in the U.S. That's not surprising. You come to the U.S., your ass gonna work. That's all you gonna do. Wake up, go to work, come back, go to work. Land of back pain. Not land of free, land of the back pain. You know what I'm saying, bro? 7 bands just to get in there. The drink is gonna cost you $100. Food gonna cost you $100 per fresh fry, whatever you want to eat. You walk in that bitch with less than $100, they might whoop your ass. I'm telling you that right now. They might just beat your ass for walking in with less than $100. Just bro, I make this so y'all know what to expect when y'all come for the World Cup. Y'all see the prices, you know it. But land of the back pain. My back on 10. Work 12 hours, go to sleep, wake up, work. I'm at work right now. You think I wear this shit on the regular? I'm at work right now.
The 2026 World Cup ticket prices have just been released, and I can't lie to you boys, the game has never been more gone. Just have a look at these extortionate prices, bro. 1.8k to watch Mexico's first game, 1.7k for Canada's opening game, and 2.7 for USA's opening game. And I know what you're thinking, but Brads, these are category 1, the best seats. Why not go for a cheaper option? But just look at where the cheaper seats are in category 4. Look at them right in the corner. Bearing in mind they start at $355. So you're telling me I'm gonna pay around $400 to $1,000 to sit behind a screen? And this is the most expensive stadium, the MetLife Stadium. So sitting all the way here, you would have to pay $2,700. Like, this is what I'm telling you, boys. This is an absolute joke, bro. We are never seeing the World Cup in person with these prices. Like $3.5k to sit there. Amazing deal where? But yeah, the fact that this is going to be one of the best World Cups of all time and hardcore football fans can't watch it in person because we can't afford it. Like, there's no way I'm going to have to be paying $340 to $800 for the group stage to be able to see. And what about the finals? Like, I know it's the finals of the World Cup, but $2,000 to stare at a brick wall. The game is so gone.
As you've seen in the video, guys, that is what is going on. People are mostly pissed, especially when it comes to the prices. The cheapest ticket is $400 to $700. That is the cheapest ticket, and you're put in a corner, literally in the corner. That is insane. Like, what do you mean you're charging people $6,000, $7,000, $10,000, $12,000 to watch sports, to watch this game, to watch? It's like a limit, or I would say there's so much greed. People are so much greedy. Like, this is crazy. This is not okay. But also with the immigration policies and how hard it is for people to, get visas to go to the US, I don't think it's going to be a successful one. It's just like PMO right now. Like, everything is just chaos, and Trump is not even making it easier. He is just like, chasing away people. So everybody's like scared. Like, am I gonna come and be taken by ICE? Am I gonna be coming in and then be stopped at the border? Like, everybody's just like in fear. Like, people were saying, I don't think we are ready now to go to the US, and we don't see a future changing. I mean, the year is almost ending, so if there were changes, we would be seeing them now, but we are not seeing any change. Otherwise, we're just seeing more chaos and more shootings happening. That is really scary for people. And I mean, countries are going to be sending their players to this country of the US. That should be very concerning. And the fact that they don't even want to, like, FIFA does not want to talk about the blue and white flag people, Israel. Yeah, that is also shady. They say they don't want to involve themselves in politics, but I mean, when it comes to the blue and white flag people, apparently that's when, they don't want to say anything, but they were so fast to talk about Russia and, you know, ban it, and, you know, also like Iran. It's just crazy. But yeah, I guess we know, you know, the the JEWS people are involved in everything, or maybe they pay a lot of money, so yeah, they can't be kicked out, and we can clearly see. Yeah, insane. Tell me in the comments, guys, what do you think about this? Do you think people are going to like show up? Do you think it's going to be a success? Yeah, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in another video. Bye.